so we're now... Is this the vineyard we need to be at, or is this one that's in between? It may just be one in between. Oh, okay, the roach is not great at running through the vineyard itself. Oh, it is across this bridge, right? Either that or Roach is gonna have to swim. Which she is not doing with us. She's not doing with all that armor on. Although Geralt can somehow find a way to make it happen.
What's going on there?
Okay, so here's Vermentino. It is somewhere here in the fields. We've not spent nearly as much time here. We basically just showed up once when we rescued one of the blacksmith, said hello to him, and then immediately ran off. Okay, so it's somewhere in this field. Find a chest hidden in the sunflower field. Is this lady gonna steal it from us? This lady? Excuse me, that's Hawn fiber? Not sunflowers?
My, do I ever feel like doing absolutely nothing.
Tell me about it. Oh, here we go. 84 florins. Huzzah! And we did level up. So let's maybe take a second to do some skill point upgrading. We've been focusing on refreshments, which has given us the vitality restoration whenever we have one of our potions active, or triggered, really. There was actually another ability that I was thinking we might want to pick up before we start, well, running out of levels. That being the Cat School techniques. Each piece of light armor increasing critical hit damage and fast attack damage. Because we are using Cat School gear and 100% light armor. So this is a pretty sizable boost, especially for just one skill point. Because we have what? The chestplate, trousers, gloves, and boots. I assume this does not include weapons. No, it can't, right? Because it's light and there aren't any light, medium, or heavy weapons. So that means there's 4 pieces. So we're getting critical hit damage by 100% and fast attack damage by 20% from one skill point. That is... Just compare that to precise blows, which I think is probably the closest comparison. It is just objectively better than a fully upgraded precise blows, which is one of our best skill points already. So I think this is really good for us. It's just that the reason why it's so good is because it forces you to commit to having that type of gear. And so this would mean that, you know, if we were interested in at least trying out the Griffin School Mastercraft or Grandmaster gear, which we were talking about potentially doing at one point, then we wouldn't benefit at all from this. We are, of course, somewhat low again on the slots for our skill points. We have some here that I think are more or less like placeholders. Like Crushing Blows, level 1 is not that important. We could probably replace that. As well as we did fully upgrade the Fleet-Footed, which at a fight a little while back, it did seem like that was helping us out. But that's something that we could potentially scrap as well. There might be a couple of other things here and there as well. Generally, the heavier attack stuff. But I think it's worth giving this a shot. And then if we do ever feel so inclined as to try medium armors, then, you know, we probably won't take this ability. We'll just unslot, we'll unequip this ability and put in, you know, something else instead. So let's take this. So that is a pretty huge upgrade. It is, however, a general point, not a red, blue, or green one, and that means it needs to go over to the side. It means we're going to have to reduce the effectiveness of one of our mutagens. So that's a little bit of an additional downside to it. True. But I think given how we were just talking about how, like, level 1 crushing blows not really doing much for us here. Probably more so than anything, the additional bonus it's giving to the red mutagen is the biggest thing. If we get rid of you, how much does it go down? It's down by 10%. So that's losing 10% attack power in order to gain 20 attack power for specifically fast attacks, but we're almost exclusively using those. And 100% crit damage, which, yeah, I think that's worth it. Where did I just put that? In the wrong place is the answer. Hold on. That was not supposed to go there. Please go there. And then what red one did we lose? We lost Rend, I think. Yeah, that is supposed to stay here. Okay, there we go. And I mean, if we were really looking to get additional spots unlocked, we could invest further in these mutagens, although I think we're probably going to stick with the not deactivate mutation, that's not what it's called, metamorphosis, because we've started to build a fair bit around this. So we'd basically just be taking these for the sake of unlocking additional spots for other skills, which feels like that's a pretty hefty price to pay for a relatively small bonus, when instead we could just be upgrading the skills that we already have equipped here. So, that is what we have. That's a fiddler on the roof. Okay, let us now, perhaps, let's see, we could either do some of the Night for Hire related things. I didn't realize there are only 2 remaining of this. We're fairly close to finishing it, and most of them are up here. So we could either do some of these question marks up in this northwestern corner, which is the last corner in which we have additional question marks to pursue, or we start heading back into the city, and I think we are very quickly approaching GWENT tournament time. Yeah, I'm thinking either main quest or GWENT here, and then we'll go back to this, and this will be our little breath of fresh air, a little bit of time to decompress, relax after things get serious in some of the, or at least for the main quest. But I'm thinking maybe GWENT tournament here. Let's get to a fast travel spot at the very least, because we definitely do need one of those to get back to the city. And again, not found fast travel spot for this vineyard, which does surprise me. I feel like there should be one around here somewhere. Take the honeycomb while we're at it, I guess. A lot of it, at that. Is there a fast travel signpost anywhere? Maybe, possibly not. At least not in sight at the moment. So in that case, we'll just generally head back toward the city. And whichever fast travel spot we happen to come across next, great. If not, we'll just walk it out. Nah, this is pretty far. Yeah, well, actually, Corvo Bianca would potentially be the fastest, or the closest. No, this cave, where we did a Winter contract, is probably a little bit closer. Let's hop on Roach. Well, that might be it right there. In which case, is Roach really necessary?
A job is like a lady. You can always get a new one.
Yeah, man. Granted, I did run away from you when I previously called you. This is true. I, for a second, thought we might not have needed you. But it is far enough that I suppose
Go.
it's worthwhile.
A job is like a lady. You can always get a new one.
Here we are.
Whoa there, Roach.
If Roach could... Come on! Come on! He starts hopping and then decides, nah, no thanks.
This cure for the beast. The Witcher.
Here we go. Okay. So... yeah. I think we head over for some Gwent tournament action. And for that, we talked to the guy a while back, very early on. Let's see. Returned to the Count to get qualified for the tournament. When Geralt found himself in possession of a card belonging to the Skellige faction, he was incredibly surprised. He considered himself something of a Gwent expert, yet had never heard of this faction. He had never realized that the place Skellige existed, despite him having spent approximately 1/4 of the game there. This card came with an invitation to a Gwent tournament organized at the Pheasantry by Count Monnier. So our hero decided to seize this opportunity to find out more and perhaps collect a sweet pot while he was at it. Count Monnier was a man as enterprising as he was creative. He and his brother, Igor, had decided to perfect Gwent by adding a 5th faction, Skellige. The Count announced that if Geralt wished to take part in the tournament, he would be given a basic Skellige deck, but would have to build it up himself. To acquire more powerful cards, Geralt had to find and defeat Gwent players in Toussaint. So we have, of course, done that now. We have every possible additional Skellige card, unless there are more cards to be earned from competing in the tournament, although we did get a achievement for collecting all of the Skellige cards, so I have to imagine that means that you don't, in which case it's probably mostly just the prize money that's at stake here. Either way, though, that is the idea for this year. So let us head on over. Oh, what? Oh no, that's the... It's like, that's not the right place. That's because we had Knight for Hire active. Okay. Yeah, it's further down over here. And it is in the opposite direction from the main quest, so no issues there. Should not accidentally trigger that. Do we have reason to sell stuff here quickly? Not necessarily sure we do. But maybe we just double check real quick.
Show me what you've got in stock.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's mostly just a bunch of alchemy ingredients like our bazillion Drowner Brains. And we can sell you all the Drowner Brains you can afford. Sure, we'll do that. We are now just about 200 crowns richer.
Next time.
And a few Drowner Brains lighter. Can you imagine running around for a year with a bunch of Drowner Brains in your non-existent backpack? I mean, where is Geralt keeping them? Is another relevant question. In that little fanny pack there, we had what, like 40 Drowner Brains? They all fit in there. I mean, technically, Roach has stuff in her saddlebags, I suppose. Yes, but still.
The Duchess summoned him.
Okay, so this is the way in? Question mark? Perhaps not. Alright, this is the baker that doesn't actually want to sell us anything. He just scoffs at us. This guy was, he's actually upstairs, right? Kind of on this balcony here. And save before each match? Yeah, just like the previous Gwent tournament. We should definitely save before each match. Now, the dude did say to us, I believe he said that he would have very much liked for us to play using the new Skellige deck. Do we have to play with the Skellige deck? I mean, we probably will, but is there actually a requirement to do so? Or does something different happen if we use a different type of faction? So I guess, you know, I was prepared to do Skellige, because I think we were kind of mentally preparing for that, and of course powering up over the course of Blood and Wine until it seemed like now the Skellige deck is up there. If not our strongest deck, it is very close to our strongest deck. We have to? Okay, no worries then. That's basically the assumption I was acting under anyways. Okay, so was that our dude right? Where'd you go? Here? Count Monnier. Okay. So, we did save. You know, I picked up some herbs, but I think we live without those if we have to reload here, but here goes nothing.
I trust you've reconsidered your decision. Will you try your luck in our tournament after all?
I'll play using the Skellige deck. Let's do it.
All right, I'll give it a shot. Play using the new faction.
That is an exceedingly good rub to my loins.
Oh, that's
Just remember,
too
the cards
much
are
information,
getting
buddy.
formed, but the base deck.
No chance I can win the tournament with these cards?
An issue easily resolved. You must simply face local GWENT competitors, win the missing cards from them. Besides, it would be very good practice for the tournament itself.
Already got a good enough deck to play in the tournament.
That we do.
Might I have a peek?
Excuse me? You don't
Do
believe
indeed.
us?
Come back in 2 days' time then, for the start of the tourney.
Does he actually turn you down if he doesn't think you have a good enough deck? We approach from the other side. There are people protesting the tournament? People are like, how dare you introduce a new faction? How do we even approach from the other side? Up here?
Where are you skittering off to? So
Around here? Actually, in the pheasantry? I don't think we've been inside. Been outside, talking to that dude. I cannot loot the potatoes here? Is that disallowed? I've taken the potatoes. What are you gonna do about it, punk? Can't stop us now. Future GWENT tournament champions here. Not to mention champions of the other tournament as well. There ain't no stopping, Geralt of Rivia. We will take all of your cheese and wine and Han fiber, and there is nothing you can do to stop us. That's right. That's right, noble man. I just took that. What are you gonna do about it, huh? Oh, I'm sorry, did you want some? That's right. You can't have it. I'll leave you that Han fiber. Chew on that, buddy. Alright, I'll stop being a bully. What else, if anything, is actually in here? Because like I said, did we did go down here, actually, I think. Because she might have had one of the cards for us turn. Yeah, we played you at Gwent. Oh, this is the person we need to wait to do this, though, right? Until after the tournament? Yeah, we can just pass time by meditating outside. That's probably the play. Let's do that. We actually could talk to her? Could we do that now?
I imagine you've been all over the world, son.
Is not life spread and
Is there any reason why we can't?
Yes, a face no.
That was this one. Spontaneous Profits. Read the note attached to the spoon. Ask the owner of the pheasantry about the mysterious spoon. While snooping about the cursed Trastamara estate, Geralt happened on a strange spoon-like key. Attached to it was a note. The note labeled the strange spoon as the property of the pheasantry, known far and wide as to be the finest tavern in all of the Duchy of Toussaint. No reason why we can't. Okay then.
Welcome to the pheasantry.
Is she just like unavailable if you've already started the tournament? Like if you told that guy, yes, I'd like to do the tournament, then that means that she is unavailable until you've actually completed the tournament or something like that.
Spoon like this. When you set a place, where's it go?
My oh my. It seems rather a fanciful bouillon spoon. Or a key of some sort. There's a note here.
Yeah, note led me here. Any idea what the key might open?
Never seen it before. But you might search the cellars.
Oh?
The previous owner left all sorts of knickknacks there.
Okay.
See you later.
Our sweet shining
Alright, what if we do that while we're waiting for the tournament to start up? So if we go here, search the pheasantry cellars. Where is the entrance to the cellars? A little bit off to the side. So about as good as it's gonna get. Presumably we need to be downstairs
to send a witcher against
to
the
access the cellars.
I imagine you've been all over the world, Sir Witcher.
I mean, there's this baker dude, but I doubt it has anything to do with him. Well, the circle is within his shop. Oh, not that. Here? No. We weren't supposed to leave the building? Oh. Oh. One moment, please. This is the wrong building. I will loot this, because we can. Take all the flowers. Excuse us. There a staircase downward? Ah. Down here, perhaps? Excuse us. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Did you want to go down to the cellar as well? Old pamphlet. Was this the one, yeah, telling people to revolt because the Duchess is not actually the rightful Duchess? Be her sister? Okay, there is something red right behind us. That is presumably a thing we can unlock / loot. Smeagol Louise Circus's cookbook. Ah, okay. It's Gollum's. It's Gollum's cookbook. The book contains hundreds of recipes, but instead of the recipe for Beaucleroi rabbit, boil and mash them chicken in a stew, on the last page, there are only a few chaotically written lines. Labiota's weeping wounds. I've scoured dozens of elven manuscripts, and at last, I've found it. I know now what the spoon key I purchased at auction unlocks. It is nothing else but the key to the legendary studio of Ramses Gorthon, the elven priest of the goddess Danamebi, whose culinary masterpieces remain unmatched by even the best of our modern chefs. If I can find the ruins of this temple, said to be somewhere in the Beauclair forest, I'll find all of his legendary recipes. Not to mention the other priceless treasures his Grandmaster Chef must have kept in the kitchen where he perfected his art. The rest of the page is covered with a large, greasy stain. I have no recollection of ever going into a set of elven ruins and uncovering recipes.
I married a dopey dullard.
Am I invisible?
So, while we are waiting for the Gwent tournament to start up, perhaps we go fast travel to that location that we absolutely have never been to before and have no idea what will be inside of it.
Banquets and wine.
Because I forgot everything there. And then we'll head back. And Gordon Ramsay's as well. I remember the Ramsays stood out to me. I think we heard that name as well when we first saw something from Smeagol. I saw Ramses, but Gorthon as well. I did not realize Gorthon was also a reference to him. Yeah, so that that line in general, or that note in general, is just full of illusions. Okay, let's see. Let's use that. Fast travel. I mean, that is the cave that we were in. I mean, no, we weren't there before. I guess the farm is the closest.
When I think of those days of your fair fate and how I...
Okay, so it should be over here. Gotcha. Then it is in this direction. Okay. Let's hop on Roach, because it's a bit of a trek from here. Roach just headbutted us. The horn on her new blinders. Did we actually mark it? I guess we don't really need to mark it when it's our active quest, but sure, we'll mark it anyway. And let's head on over. We'll race that sheep. I think we've already won. Alright, Roach does not want to go in the water. Oh, those are Vargas. Hello. Roach is very displeased with us. I did not expect to see Vargas here. I do think we've been here before. But, thought this was where the trolls attacked us previously. So I would have thought that, at this rate, there would not be any enemies. That Vargas is just messing with Roach. Oh, it passed the Axie to you, that's why you were just chilling there. Roach, you are currently blocking it. You are not helping. It has died to the bleed. Okay, now we continue onward.
Run, Roach.
Actually, turn around, then run, Roach. Nope. Come on, tight corners, I know, tough, but here we go. That's a different bridge? Okay. Saw some red dot over in that direction,
go.
but I believe this we're seeing in front of us here is our destination. These completely unfamiliar looking elven runes. Kanamevi Temple runes. Down here. Hacha. There we go. And, what do we have here? Recipe for étoile blanche pasta, honey spike cakes recipe, and crayfish boil recipe. Now, maybe there's someone out there who is much more knowledgeable about Gordon Ramsay, Ramsay Gorthon, than I am. But are those actually, like, recipes or, like, spoofs on recipes that he's famous for? I cannot say that I am someone who is closely following or really has any sense as to what he's known for. So Ramsay's Gorthon's recipe, yeah, this is where I remember I on that occasion in which we absolutely did not previously get this item or read this note, I theoretically, in alternate timeline that does not exist, may or may not have remembered reading those names on this page and thought that it sounded like perhaps it was an allusion to a celebrity chef in real life. It's a recipe for étoile blanche pasta. 1 hearty scoop of thick yogurt, preferably Gamarin style. 1 handful of chanterelles. 1 glass of red wine, semi-dry. 1 turkey breast. Tagliatelle pasta to taste. 6 cherry tomatoes. 1 bunch of arugula. 1 Zercanian bouquet garni, lined with exotic herbs and spices. Done thyme olive oil. 1 small bowl of ricotta. Salt and pepper. 2 cloves of garlic. Rub the turkey breast with salt, then immerse in a marinade made of the yogurt, Zercanian bouquet, and crushed garlic. Leave in a cool place for at least 2 hours. At least 2 hours. I put it in for 10. Was that too much? Boil the chanterelles till they are soft, but don't make jam out of them. Remember, al dente, you fool. It's raw! It's raw, you fool! That's like the one thing I know. Prepare the... Okay, look, it's a recipe, okay? It's a recipe. These are all recipes. For all I know, like, maybe they are, in fact, based off of actual things that he's known for. I really don't know. If they are, then clever. But, at least to me, I have no idea. Other stuff here, they basically just gonna be, like, cooking ingredients and spices and what have you. Sorta. Bunch of herbs. Not sure I want people putting straight sulfur in my food. But other than that, they do it in Iceland with their water. Not exactly, but kinda. Or like they leave it in. They don't like just dump sulfur in their water. Okay. What the heck is this? Did we fight you previously? You are... Hold on. This is... I don't like fighting you here in this narrow hallway. You have the same name as the lady that we fought back in the play area. Stage. And it was technically, ow, just the Spectre Oil. Despite you being a wraith-like creature, Jordan is technically not especially effective against you. I do recall this. I was surprised. What else? I mean, is this actually like the same person? Because we got that spoon. But the spoon came from the Trastamara estate, right? It didn't come from that that stage, so it's not like those things are connected in that sense. So is this kind of just like a coincidence that this happens to be the same kind of enemy we encountered there? It's basically a banshee. Yeah, I suppose. Let's see. So we put on the oil. Anything else I mean, killer whale's not doing us any good here. Probably replace that. Water hack, is that one of the ones we were using previously? Damage shelf is increased when vitality is at its maximum. Catechin for the crit chance is not bad, per se. But I think... there is a red one that we've been using. But that was not it. Huh. I think this might be new, or at least I don't think we've used it. But that is kind of nifty. I mean, we don't use signs quite as aggressively as we once did. Getting stamina regeneration is kind of cool. Maybe we try that. Is it just fancy spelling of Banshee? It is, isn't it? What is it? It's like... Okay, well, I'm trying to read your name, excuse me? Just trying to read your name? I'm not actually trying to fight you, I'm just trying to read your name. Could you please stop hitting me? Okay, I'll actually fight back now. Oh. You've got friends. It's like... It's basically Banshee. I mean, it's not the usual spelling of it, but, it's, you know, like, it's the folk spelling of Banshee. You stun us when you do that. That's no good. Alright, we'll get rid of you, though. Yeah, it's just that it seemed like, you know, that was the one previous time that we fought that enemy, and it was a boss at the time, was when we were at that play. And so it felt kind of strange that suddenly, you know, what at one time felt like it was going to be a unique enemy suddenly has reappeared in what was sort of a random circumstance. But I assume that is always something that happens after you loot the stuff in that building. In that alternate timeline that may or may not exist, I think we theoretically may have reloaded before we actually stepped outside, and so we definitely did not see that. Let's see, now that we have done that, let's head back to the farm. Any Bargus this time around? I doubt it. Yeah, not this time. Oh, I went past it a little bit. There you are. Okay, so now I think we head back over. Or this is the main quest that is currently marked. Let's change that real quick, so we don't accidentally end up doing something we did not mean to do. Yeah, so it has not yet been 2 days, but we'll fast travel over there, and then we'll just meditate once we get over there to the actual building. And I think we've already meditated for 1 day, so shouldn't need to do any more than 1 more day still. You want us to meditate in nature for a day? What is this nature of which you speak? Is this city not nature? Is this vase, this large bowl, not nature? I ask. What is nature? Just don't meditate right in front of it?
Pure gold.
Apparently something is pure gold. Okay. Oh, because we might, like, accidentally immediately trigger it and then we won't be able to save beforehand. Something like that. That would make sense. Okay, but now let's head over.
A smashing place.
Okay, so it's up this building, right? Yeah. We just want to make sure that we save before we head over. Okay. We have saved. And there may be more interesting stuff on the other side. Sure, let's go around the other side. Not sure if that's still here or not. We always go up the other way, so we'll try this way. Ah. Who is it who's doing it? Rom? Yeah! Who needs a new bloody faction?
Since time immemorial, GWENT's had, and it should begin and stay that way.
Okay, I think that's the gist of it.
The Witcher means trouble, always.
These might even be people that we play later on. I don't know, we saved a minute ago, but let's do it here, because this is going to be right in front of where we trigger it. Oh, that's a guard. That's not the actual dude.
GWENT was perfected by dwarves or centuries of play.
Yes, see, but I'd like to initiate the. There we go. Do we chat with you though?
Yes, fellow knight. Since time immemorial, GWENT's had, and it should begin and stay that way.
Yeah, the quest is directing us right here, although apparently none of these guys will actually trigger it. I mean, the actual dude who we talked to previously was on the other side, so we might actually need to go there. We might actually need to go there if we're trying to start this up. But we did get the chance to see the protesters, so that's cool. Wasn't there another door out here? That's the way we came in, wasn't it? Pretty sure that's the way we came in. Do we have to go downstairs first? I mean, we can just go back around if we need to.
Did you kiss a sweet shining sun?
Oh yeah, this is where it was. Harold Slamma, is that actually the dude we chat with?
Geralt of Rivia, Tony Champion.
No, just a random person. Where is the person who actually initiates this thing? Saw Count Monier's guards, but not actually Count Monier himself, I didn't think. Seemed like it was just his guards out there. Guess we can head back up, though. Double check. Excuse me. Excuse me, see, I signed up for a Gwent tournament. Where is the line to register?
Greetings, Greybuck.
How might I aid you?
That's strange.
Memorial Gwent,
Let's,
and it's a bugger and stay that way.
but, okay, also, if I could get past you guys, that'd be helpful. Thank you. Maybe we meditate again just to pass more time and sort of give the game a little bit of a kick in the butt and go like, hey, we're supposed to be able to do this.